We all know that WWE is scripted, but that doesn't mean the wrestlers don't feel pain. When one wrestler attacks another, the blows can still hurt. In fact, there have been several moments in WWE history where the attacks were so intense that the victim was nearly knocked unconscious. In today's video, we'll take a closer look at some of the most brutal and terrifying torture moments in WWE. These shocking scenes may have been part of a storyline, but the impact on the wrestlers was very real. Let's dive into the most dangerous and unforgettable beatdowns in WWE history. Number 5. Seth Rollins vs. Brock Lesnar, 2019. In 2019, Brock Lesnar and Seth Rollins faced off in a series of intense matches and storylines. On January 28th, during a Monday night episode, Lesnar ruthlessly attacked Rollins, hitting him with multiple F5S. At one point, Lesnar performed 6 F5S on Seth, severely injuring him. But that was just the beginning. On July 29th, 2019, during a singles match between Rollins and Dolph Ziggler, Brock Lesnar made a shocking return. As the match unfolded, Lesnar launched a brutal assault on Rollins, delivering suplexes, F5S, and even using the ring posts and steel chairs to inflict further damage. In one particularly harrowing moment, Lesnar placed a steel chair upright and slammed Rollins onto it with 3 consecutive F5S. The attack left Seth in agonizing pain, as seen on screen, and WWE's medical team rushed to attend to him. When Rollins was being escorted backstage in an ambulance, Lesnar blocked their path, pulled Rollins from the stretcher, and continued the assault. Lesnar even delivered F5S on the stretcher, leaving Rollins devastated. It was one of the most brutal attacks in WWE history, with fans questioning if Rollins would ever recover. Number 4. Charlotte Flair vs. Ronda Rousey, 2018. At the 2018 Survivor Series Premium Live event, Charlotte Flair faced Ronda Rousey in a highly anticipated match. Rousey tried her best to defeat Charlotte, but Charlotte proved to be a formidable opponent. Despite their best efforts, neither woman could secure a clean victory. The match reached a turning point when Charlotte, frustrated by the stalemate, began using a kendo stick to viciously assault Ronda. The match was disqualified as a result of Charlotte's brutal attack. But even after the match ended, Charlotte's aggression did not subside. She continued to use the kendo stick, relentlessly striking Ronda all over her body. Ronda was visibly in pain, almost crying from the brutal punishment. Charlotte didn't stop there. She began attacking the referees who tried to intervene, hitting them with the kendo stick as well. The attack escalated when Charlotte grabbed a steel chair, wrapped it around Ronda's neck, and slammed it down with her foot. Ronda's neck suffered significant injury, and blood started pouring from her face. Charlotte's actions during this segment left fans shocked by her unrelenting aggression and the toll it took on Ronda. Number 3. John Cena vs. The Miz, 2011. In 2011, at the Over the Limit Premium Live event, John Cena faced The Miz in an I Quit match, a stipulation match where the first person to say I quit would lose. The Miz had the help of Alex Riley, and they relentlessly attacked Cena, with Riley assisting The Miz in delivering brutal strikes to Cena. The Miz and Riley used every opportunity to assault Cena with steel objects and their finishing moves. Despite the constant attacks, Cena refused to quit, even as he endured multiple painful hits. At one point, The Miz used a kendo stick to strike Cena repeatedly across his chest and abdomen. Cena was in excruciating pain, but he never uttered the words, "I quit." The Miz continued to assault Cena with a leather belt, hitting him over 16 times, each blow leaving painful welts on Cena's back. However, Cena refused to surrender. Eventually, Cena delivered his signature attitude adjustment to Alex Riley through the announcer's table and then used the leather belt to attack The Miz. Cena eventually forced The Miz to submit using the STF submission hold, winning the match and proving that he would never give up despite the brutal torture he had endured. Number 2. Seth Rollins vs. Dominic Mysterio, 2020. In 2020, a captivating storyline unfolded between Seth Rollins, Dominic Mysterio, and Rey Mysterio. On August 10th, during a Monday Night Raw episode, a singles match took place between Rollins and Humberto Carrillo. However, it was Dominic Mysterio's involvement that turned the night into a violent spectacle. Dominic entered the ring with a kendo stick to help Carrillo, but soon found himself in the crosshairs of Rollins and Buddy Murphy, who began a merciless assault on him. The two men attacked Dominic with kendo sticks, brutalizing him with every strike. They also executed their finishers on him, further weakening Dominic. The attack continued as Rollins ripped off Dominic's shirt and used the kendo stick to strike him relentlessly. Dominic's body was covered in welts, and he was left barely conscious from the vicious beating. Rollins and Murphy showed no mercy, leaving Dominic in a heap of pain. His entire body was bruised and battered, making it clear how far Rollins was willing to go to break Dominic's spirit. The attack was one of the most brutal in recent WWE history, demonstrating Rollins' ruthless nature and his willingness to destroy anyone in his path. Number 1. Shane McMahon vs. the Big Red Machine Kane. Back in 2003, Shane McMahon found himself at the mercy of the Big Red Machine, Kane. The brutal rivalry started with Kane relentlessly tormenting Shane McMahon, attacking him in every possible way. The situation escalated when, during an episode of Monday Night Raw, Kane ambushed Shane from behind, beginning a vicious assault. Kane cuffed Shane's hands behind his back and began delivering punishing blows, targeting him relentlessly. After trapping Shane in a corner using steel steps, Kane decided to escalate the torture by applying electric shocks to Shane's body. This cruel act caused Shane immense pain, and the sight of him crying out in agony made it even more horrifying. Kane's attack was so intense that Shane appeared to be completely powerless, completely at the mercy of his assailant. However, just as things seemed to reach a terrifying peak, Rob Van Dam made a timely appearance, attacking Kane and briefly saving Shane from further suffering. Despite this interruption, Kane's previous assault on Shane had already left its mark, and the sheer cruelty of the situation stood out. Kane's brutal methods of torture, including the electric shocks, made for one of the most harrowing moments in WWE history. This shocking confrontation between Shane McMahon and Kane highlights just how far a wrestler like Kane was willing to go to break his opponents, and it remains one of the most memorable and disturbing moments in WWE's history. Fans were left in awe of Kane's monstrous display of power and aggression. This shocking confrontation between Shane McMahon and Kane highlights just how far a wrestler like Kane was willing to go to break his opponents, and it remains one of the most memorable and disturbing moments in WWE's history. Fans were left in awe of Kane's monstrous display of power and aggression. This concludes the list of WWE's top 5 moments where one wrestler subjected another to extreme brutality. Let me know in the comments how you felt about this video. If you liked it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more. Thank you, everyone.